reporters finishing school for cows.
This has to be the worst intern job ever. Yes, once measured cow farts prove they are farting less than the old cows did.
Jeez. It's great news for Burger King. It's great news for the environment. It's even better news for cows, as it leads to a dramatic reduction of Grandpa's little life hoof jokes at Christmas. Bill, how did Alice do in our quiz?
She did very, very well. 3 down. Congratulations, Alice.
Congratulations, Alice. On serving all that music. Thanks. We'll see you the next time we come through Rochester. Take care. Thanks a lot, Alice. Now on to our final game. Each of our players will 60 seconds. Correct answer now worth 2 points. Bill, can you give us the score?
Sure can. Amy has 2, Debbie has 3, and Alonzo has 3.
Okay, Amy, that means you're up first. Fill in the blank. On Wednesday, blank cases in the U.S. surpassed 3.5 million. COVID. Right. On Monday, former Attorney General blank lost the majority Senate runoff in Alabama. Right. This week, the governor of Georgia banned local governments from requiring residents to wear blanks. Yes, that makes sense. On Wednesday, the family of blank filed a civil suit against the city of Minneapolis. George Floyd. Right. San Francisco has introduced a new ordinance to ban racist 911 calls called the Blank Act.
Karen.
Yes, the Karen Act. On Thursday, Robert Blank denied reports that he had suspended his presidential campaign.
Kanye.
Yes, on Monday, Washington, D.C.'s Blank team announced their decision to retire their name and logo.
Their football team.
Yes, this week a family in England was surprised when they uncovered a secret hole in their house and discovered it was filled with blank.
Unexploded World War II munitions.
That's what you might expect, but in a big surprise, the secret hole was filled with all the toiletries they'd lost over the last 40 years. The family was excited to find a hole in the back of their medicine cabinet in their bathroom, and they were thrilled to find that it was filled with gold bond medicated powder from 1986. It was basically a time capsule filled with all the lotion and salves they had lost over the years, like if Lucy went to the wardrobe, and instead of Narnia, she ended up in the eczema aisle at Walgreens.
Okay.
Bill, how did Amy do?
Amy had 7 right for 14 more points. She now has 16, and that's the lead.
All right. I'm going to arbitrarily choose Demi to go next. Here we go, Demi. You're up next, fill in the blank. On Tuesday, ICE rescinded their plans to strip international students of their blanks. Visas. Right. According to health officials, Miami, Florida has now become a blank epicenter. Right. On Wednesday, the city council of Nashville approved a resolution to offer black residents blank. Yes, according to a new study, adoption rates in Great Dane have dropped significantly because people no longer blank. Exactly right. This week, Walmart will require all customers to blank. Right. According to a new report, 1.3 million people filed blank cards last week. Right. Following a week in isolation after testing positive for COVID, Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro went for a walk outside and was promptly blanked. Attacked? No, he was bitten by an emu. Jair Bolsonaro, the man who really puts the dick in dictator, emerged from isolation for a walk around his estate, measuring to feed a pack of emus. I guess he has a pack of emus. One of the giant birds took a bite out of his hand. Bolsonaro said, "It's fine, but the emu will never, ever stop brushing its teeth." I know. Bill, how did Demi do on our quiz?
Debbie had 6 right for 12 more points. She now has 15 points, but Amy still has the lead with 16.
All right, so how many then does Alonzo need to do?
Alonzo needs 7 to win.
Oh my God, that's a lot.
Congratulations, Amy.
There we go. All right, here we go, Alonzo. This is for the game. On Tuesday, Joe Biden unveiled the combat blank. No climate change. On Wednesday, the president's lawyers sued efforts to block access to his blank.
Tax return.
Records this week, Governor Stitt of Hawaii, the nation's first governor to test positive for coronavirus. Right. This week, police raided a giant quarantine drinking party in Melbourne. Everybody kicked off with someone had blank.
Got sick.
Bill placed a delivery order for 20 people at a local KFC. On Tuesday, Elaine Maxwell, very close associate of blank, denied bail for her upcoming trial.
Oh, Epstein.
Right. An Ontario man says he'll do a better job out cleaning up the kitchen after security cameras caught Blank eating his leftovers.
Mice?
No, a giant bear eating his old pizza. The man's security footage showed the bear opening his unlocked front door, strolling into the house, knocking 3 pizza boxes off the counter, and then just enjoying himself. The bear is done. He turns around and calmly walks out the front door. The man says that he'll be locking the door from now on, and this is the last time he orders fresh salmon and honey pizza. Bill, did Alonzo do well enough to win?
Well, he had 3 right for 6 more points. He now has 9. That means Amy with 16 points is this week's champion.
Do I get a point for predicting Amy was going to win?
Half a point.
In just a minute, we're going to ask our panelists to predict after the big Twitter hack this week, what's the next thing scammers will force someone to tweet. But first, let me tell you that support for NPR comes from NPR stations and the estate of Joan B. Kropp, whose bequest serves as an enduring investment in the future of public radio and seeks to help NPR produce programming that meets the highest standards of public service in journalism and cultural expression. Subaru, the 2020 Subaru Forester, featuring standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and safety technology. Love is what makes Subaru, Subaru. Learn more at Subaru.com. And the Lemelson Foundation, committed to improving lives through invention in the U.S. and in developing countries, and working to inspire and enable the next generation of inventors. More information is available at lemelson.org. Wait, Don't Tell Me is a production of NPR and WBEZ Chicago in association with Urgent Haircut Productions. Doug Berman, Benevolent Overlord. Philip Kotiker writes our limericks. Our public address announcer is Paul Friedman. Our house manager is Gianna Capadona. Our intern is Emma Day. Our whip guru is Beth Novi. BJ Liederman composed our theme. Our program is produced by Jennifer Mills, Miles Dornbos, and Lillian King. Technical direction is from Lorna White. Peter Gwynn is our... Surprise! He's actually a cake, too! Our business and ops manager is Colin Miller. Our production manager is Robert Newhouse. Our senior producer is Ian Chillog. The executive producer, Wait, Don't Tell Me, is Mike Margaret Danforth. Now, panel, what will scammers force someone to tweet? Amy Dickinson.
I, Ivanka Trump, have never consumed a can of beans in my life.
Demi Adijuibe.
Scammers will be forcing millionaires to tweet earnest, unreserved apologies for their mistakes, where they take accountability and suggest steps for improvement. I'm kidding. They're going to tweet Elon Musk's news.
And Alonzo Bowden.
They're going to tweet, subscribe to Quibi because no one is doing it.
Well, if any of that happens, panel, we'll ask you about it on Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Thank you, Bill Curtis. Thanks also to Alonzo Bowden, Demi Adijuibe, and Amy Dickinson. Thanks for all of you for meeting us here every week. We're glad to know you're still with us, and we'll still be with you. I'm Peter Sagal. We'll see you next week. This is NPR.
The Jacksonville Business Journal is virtually hosting their Fast 50 event. Celebrate the 50 fastest growing companies locally in the past 3 years. Tickets available. More info at bizjournals.com. Visit Gainesville, Alachua County, inspiring a vacation state of mind with attractions like the Butterfly Rainforest at the Florida Museum of Natural History and the Cade Museum for Creativity and Invention. Adventures begin at visitgainesville.com.
Lockdown got you down? Anthology is the right station for you. Over 2,000 songs from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Anthology is bound to stir up memories. Download the WJCT app or visit wjct.org/jacksmusic to start listening today.
This is WJCT News 89.9 Jacksonville, broadcasting from Florida's Palm Coast to Georgia's Golden Isles. Listen anywhere, anytime on our app or at WJCT.org.
Coming up on Ask Me Another, we challenge Top Chef host Padma Lakshmi to a game that highlights 2 of her greatest loves, food and improv. Tamari pumpkin seeds.
I have a jar of pomegranate molasses.
Oh, I love pomegranate molasses. We're gonna make a big salad.
Then copywriters for Late Night with Seth Meyers, Amber Ruffin, and Jenny Hagel to show us just how close friends can be.
From the second that I would walk in, we would immediately, one of us would be like, I have a story to tell you. And then we would go to the cafeteria and gossip, and then we would do our work, and then we would go get lunch, and then at night we'd be like texting each other.
And Grammy-nominated musicians Margot Price and Jeremy Ivy spend some time with the Piano Man in a music parody featuring Billy Joel hits.
Lake Placid night.